here we go.
Well, they didn't know what to do about that, so they got rid of the people that they could. They took us through the ritual, which involves a whole, I mean, it's hours long. It's kind of like the Masonic ritual on steroids. I mean, you go downstairs, you get all basically naked. They wash your body, and it's done man to man, woman to woman. But they wash your body, they anoint your body with oil. You're given this magical temple garment, which you may or may not have heard of. And what's interesting is, just to back one step up, a lot of people don't know Joseph Smith was the founder of the Mormon Church. In 1844, he was made a Master Mason in Nauvoo, Illinois. And after he was made a Master Mason, he kind of stole most of the Masonic ritual and created this temple ceremony. The whole thing is just bizarre, and I go into great depth. I have a video called Mormonism's Temple of Doom, a DVD that you can get that goes into all of this in detail. But anyway, this is where it gets kind of odd, because after this is all over, we were invited to go meet with the president of the Salt Lake Temple, which is kind of a big deal. And he said, "What can I do for you?" And I said, "Well, we've been told," we didn't say by a druid, but we've been told that we need to talk to an apostle. Now, understand that in the Mormon Church, there's this hierarchy. There's the prophet, who's called the president, and then there's the first presidency, which is 2 advisors and the prophet. Under them are 12 apostles. So he said, "Well, I'll see what I can do." So he arranged for us to go to the church office building and meet with one of the 12 apostles. At that time, it was Elder James Faust. Believe it or not, that was his name, Faust, which is kind of weird. Faust is a very prominent name in the history of the occult. So we went there, up into the church office building, and to make a long story short, he said, "Well, what do you want to talk to us about?" I said, "Well, we had these dreams," and this is true. And again, back then, nobody knew what was going on in the Mormon temples. The stuff had not been made public in any way. A couple of years after this, a couple, Chuck and Dolly Sackett, put out a book called What's Going On in There. They were former temple workers, and they revealed the whole thing. But at this time, there was no anybody. And I said, we saw this ritual where there was this white altar with a satin covering, just like what's in the celestial room of the Mormon temple. And on it was this naked young girl, and everybody was around it chanting, "Hail Lucifer." And he said, this apostle guy, he said, "Well, I can tell you are very extraordinary people, and I bear you my solemn testimony." This is a big deal.